Yes. Come to page number 11, complex permanent tissues. So shall I repeat the previous one? That means the supportive tissue. Do you want any repetition of any topic which you don't understand? Anyone? If nobody is having a doubt or if
मैम
everything's clear,
मैम
yes,
मैम
yes,
मैम
yes.
पिछली क्लास में जो वो आपने जो टॉपिक पढ़ाया था उसमें मैम एक बार बस वापस थोड़ा डीपली क्लियर कर दो, मुझे
Yes,
थोड़ा
yes.
डाउट है।
Sure, sure, sure. You mean the supportive tissues, parenchyma, collenchyma?
यस मैम।
Yes, what was that feminine sound? Anyways, I will repeat supportive tissues. Come to parenchyma. So there are basically three main types of supportive tissues, right? Three main types of supportive tissues are there. Now, first one is parenchyma. Now, I have told you that parenchyma is also known as the filler tissue. Why? Because the parenchyma stores the food. So since it is storing the food, it is performing the duty of storage of food. It is known as filler tissue. Like for example, simple
मैम पेज
example.
नंबर
It's on page number 10. Page number 10, topic supportive tissues. Right? You can see below that parenchyma. First is parenchyma. Basically, what are supportive tissues? They give support and strength to the plant bodies, right? Now, they are of three types, parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. We've talked about parenchyma. Parenchyma is also known as filler tissue because, why? Because it
यस
stores,
मैम।
parenchyma stores food. Since it stores food, it is also known as filler tissue. For example, when we are eating something,
मैम
we are
मैम मैम
actually,
मैम
yes,
मैम फिलर टिश्यूज एक बार और समझा दो ना मैम। मैम बस।
yes, yes. So filler tissue is nothing but parenchyma. Parenchyma's another name is filler tissue, right? Filler tissue क्यों बोलते हैं इसको? Why we say it as a filler tissue? Because it is filling itself with food. Like we human being, we fill our stomach with food. The parenchyma is also filling itself with food materials. That's why it is known as a filler
मैम
tissue, right? Is that
यस
clear
मैम।
to you? Yes. Now, parenchyma is made up of thin-walled cells, spherical or oval in shape. Now, there is a large vacuole and nucleus also present in it. Since it is producing food, it is filling itself with food materials. It also requires a large vacuole. So that's why a large vacuole and the nucleus is also present, right? Location. Now, where it is found, where the parenchyma is found. It is found almost in all the parts of the plant like stem, root, leaf, flower, and fruit. That means the soft parts. That means the parts of plant where all basically where the food is prepared, and also it could be seen along with the leaves. It could also be seen in stem, root, flower, and so on. Right? What is its function? We have already discussed about the function. It stores food. Right? In the green leaves, parenchyma is known as what? Chlorenchyma. In green leaves. Why? Because in green leaves it contains chloroplast. Now, what is a chloroplast? Chloroplast is a pigment. It's a green pigment present in leaves. So, in leaves, in green leaves or green plants, the parenchyma is known as chlorenchyma. It helps the plant make food during photosynthesis. Right? Now, in that pink box, aquatic life is given. That means aquatic plants, the parenchyma is known as aerenchyma. Why? Because well-developed air cavities are present in aquatic plants. Right? Why these air cavities are present? So that they can help these plants to float in water, right? For exchange of air. So they are known as aerenchyma in aquatic plants. You can underline that. It is given in the pink box. Now come to collenchyma. Now collenchyma, made up of elongated oval polygonal cells, cell wall are thickened due to deposition of cellulose and pectin. So basically collenchyma is made up of cellulose and pectin. intercellular spaces are absent. Now, if we see intercellular spaces are absent that means they are very closely packed to each other. The cells which are very closely or compactly packed to each other, they do not have intercellular spaces between them. But those who are not very closely packed, they will have intercellular spaces. But here in collenchyma, they do not have intercellular spaces, and vacuoles and nucleus are also present similarly as like parenchyma. Now, what its function is, it gives support to the plant, right? It is found in the leaf stalk or in the epidermis. What is the epidermis? Epidermis is the covering of a plant, right? Covering of cells. So in the leaf, yes,
Protective tissue.
yes, epidermis, you can say it is a protective tissue. It's a covering of leaf, right? Basically, it covers the leaf, or we can say it protects the leaf. So it is found in the leaf stalk and the epidermis. So its function is to support the plant. So since it is supporting the plant, it is also known as supportive tissue, right? We have already said parenchyma is the pillar tissue. Collenchyma is the supportive tissue. We have given some names to these tissues, right? Also, collenchyma gives elasticity and flexibility. Why elasticity and flexibility is needed in plants? So that they can bend themselves, right? For bending of leaves, for stem without breaking them, right? Some stems do not break, right? They are very elastic in nature. This is because of the presence of collenchyma in them, right? Third one is sclerenchyma. Now these have closely packed dead cells. The sclerenchyma are dead cells. That means they are dead means they will not have nucleus, right? Cells are long and narrow. Deposition of lignin and cellulose is there. That's why cell is thicker. Deposition of lignin and cellulose. Whereas in collenchyma, deposition of cellulose and pectin. And here in sclerenchyma, lignin and cellulose deposition is there. That's why cell walls are thick. Intercellular spaces are absent because these are closely packed with each other. The cells lack nucleus and cytoplasm. Why? Because this is a dead cell, dead tissue, right? That's why it lacks nucleus. Now, where is its location? In the veins of leaves, covering of seeds, bark of trees, etc. Right? So basically, sclerenchyma is also known as the protector tissue or the protective tissue. That's why it is found in veins of leaves, covering of seeds, also the barks of leaves. You have seen the barks of trees and the covering of seeds, they are very hard in nature. It's a hard covering. So they basically protect the inner parts. That's why sclerenchyma is known as protector tissue, right? Now, sclerenchyma cells are again of two types, fibers and sclerates. Fibers and sclerates. Fibers are elongated spindle-shaped ends. Examples are cotton fibers and jute fibers. This is just for your understanding what are fibers, what are sclerates. So you know jute fibers, cotton fibers, you must have heard about these fibers. We make cotton and jute clothes, jute bags with these fibers, right? Sclerates are small cells with extremely thick lignified cell wall. Pulp of fruit and seed coat contains sclerates. That means the pulp of the fruit or the seed coat, that means coating of the seed. All these contains sclerates. Now the function are, it gives strength and rigidity to the plant. Rigidity means to give, it gives the strength to the plant to be erect or to stand upright or to fix in a particular position. That is rigidity. It forms a protective covering around seeds. Also, the fibers and sclerates, they form a protective covering around the surface of seeds, right? Now come to complex permanent tissues. We will discuss complex permanent tissues. The complex permanent tissues are what? Basically, cells are what? Cells are small units, right? Then tissues, we say, tissues we define as units of cells. That means cells form a group and function, some particular function they do, specific functions are assigned, they are known as tissues. Now these tissues or these different cells, they work together as a unit, right? They work together as a unit. That means they form a group, they form a unit of themselves. And these tissues are further known as complex permanent tissues. That means they are complex in nature. Many cells work as a unit. That's why they are known as complex permanent tissues. These tissues are also called conducting tissues or vascular tissues. Now you must have studied about xylem and phloem. What are conducting tissues? Conducting tissues are the ones which conducts water, minerals and food inside the plant body. So conducting tissues or vascular tissues are divided into two. What are they? Xylem and phloem. Now these tissues are found along the length of the plant. That means the roots, the stem, the leaves, everywhere. All the conducting parts, right? Basically the root, stem conducts water and minerals and the leaf conducts food. So that's why these are found in all three parts. Basically, there are of two types, xylem and phloem. Now, when we talk about xylem, xylem is very thick walled. Now, xylem is further divided into four types. What are they? Vessels, tracheids, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. Right? Now, except for the parenchyma, that is xylem parenchyma, except the xylem parenchyma, all the cells are dead cells. That means the vessels, the tracheids, and the xylem fibers. All these cells are dead cells except the parenchyma. Now you will get to know why parenchyma is not a dead cell. It is because it is storing food, right? Now we will discuss the function. It transports water and dissolved minerals from the root to all the parts of the plant. Now basically, what does xylem do? Xylem's function is to transport water and minerals from the roots. Now where does this, where we can find water and minerals? Water and minerals is present where? Inside the soil, right? Roots are inserted in the soil. Now these roots absorb these water and minerals from the soil, right? So in that way, xylem's main function is to transport water and minerals from the roots to the different parts, right? Different parts means the stem, branches, leaves, etc. So all these parts get water from the roots. From the soil, water is absorbed. Minerals are also absorbed from the roots. It is transported to the different parts of the body, the plant body, right? Now, there is a main point that water and minerals always transport in the upward direction. Why? You all know who is transporting water and mineral? The roots. So the roots are the bottommost parts of the plant, right? So from the bottom, they are transporting these
I
water
have a
and
doubt.
minerals. Yes,
Ma'am, you did only three example of tissue in copy.
three example of tissues.
In copy only.
What you wrote, right? The last assignment.
1 minute. 1 minute. I check.
Sorry, you're not.
Three types of magnetic tissue.
Yes, that were the meristematic tissue. There is a difference between, we are now studying
Ma'am,
permanent tissue, right?
ma'am, I did characteristics of meristematic tissue. See apellical meristematic tissue or apical meristem. Station. Yes.
Yes, what I asked you to write in notebook was meristematic tissues. You have to write meristematic tissues and its type, the apical,
Okay.
lateral, and intercalary meristem, right?
Yes.
These you have to write in the copy. Now
Okay.
we are talking, yes, you got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that is very easy. You can have a look on page number 8. Meristematic
Am I
tissue,
right?
you have to write the types. Yes? Okay, fine. So meristematic tissues types you have to write in the notebook. We are doing permanent tissues now. So both are very different.
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am, only types of meristematic tissue. Only this much we have to write in copy.
yes, for now only this much you have to write. Types of meristematic tissue and a little explanation of those tissues. That means the apical
Yes, ma'am.
meristematic tissue and its explanation. That is only 3 lines, right? Then lateral meristematic tissue and its explanation. Then intercalary and its explanation. Only this much you have to write and copy. Now, after this class, I'll let you know what else you have to write. Okay. Now come to permanent tissues. Again, come to page number 11. We were discussing permanent tissues, that is complex permanent tissues, right? Complex permanent tissues, we have xylem and phloem. We discussed about xylem. That means xylem is the conducting tissue which transports water and minerals from the roots to the different parts of the body, plant body, right? Now the water, that means the direction of the water is always upward. Why? I told you. Because root is the lowermost portion of the plant. Now from the roots, the water is obviously moving upward. Below root, there is nothing. There is soil. So from soil, water is absorbed by the roots. This root is further transporting the water and minerals to different parts. Am I clear to you all? You all understood the point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So from roots, water is
Yes,
always
ma'am.
transported upwards, right? Upwards to the different plant body parts. Now come to page number 12. This is all about xylem. We discussed about xylem. Xylem has 4 types of cells. What are they? Vessels, trachees, xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers. Now except parenchyma, all the 3 are dead cells, right? Now parenchyma basically store food material. Also, the xylem, its function is what? To transport water and minerals from the roots to different parts of the body in the upward direction. That's about xylem. Now come to phloem. Page number 12. Topic is there, phloem. Phloem is made up of 4 types of cells. Again, xylem was made up of 4 types of cells. Phloem is also made of 4 types of cells. Now what are they? First is the sieve tube. Second is the companion cell. Then phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Now phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers are similar to xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Both of them are similar in xylem and phloem. But there is a difference of other 2 cells, that is sieve tubes and companion cells. Now, this is an extra knowledge for you that the sieve tube is a dead cell, right? It gains support from the companion cell which is attached along with the sieve tube. That means, for example, consider this as a sieve tube. Now, along with that, in these side, small boxes are attached. That boxes are known as companion cells, right? So these companion cells are basically, or actually they are providing support to the sieve tubes to function properly. Why? Because sieve tubes are dead in nature. They are dead cells. They gain support or they start functioning with the help of companion cells which are attached to the sieve tubes. This is an extra knowledge for you, right? Now, you all know phloem have 4 types of cells: sieve tube, companion cell, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. Except for the phloem fibers, all the cells are living. Now here, except the fibers, all the cells are living. But in case of xylem, except for the xylem parenchyma, all cells are dead. Here, except the fibers, all cells are living. That means the sieve tube, companion cell, and the parenchyma. All these are living except the fibers. Fibers are dead cells. Now you may think sieve tubes were dead cells, but I told you sieve tubes, they gain function with the help of companion cells. So after gaining function, they become active and they become living. So all these 3, that is sieve tube, companion cells, and parenchyma, they are living cells. Fibers are dead cells, right? Now its function, it transports food from the leaves to all parts of the plant. What does phloem do? Phloem basically stores food and it transports the food. Now you all know food is prepared in the leaves, right? During photosynthesis, leaves act as the production center for food. So food are produced in leaf. Thus, these food materials are carried out or transported to different parts from the leaves, right? Now, food is transported in both upward and downward direction. You studied earlier in xylem, water and minerals is only transported in the upward direction, right? From the roots, in upward direction they are transported. But food is transported both the direction. That means upward and downwards. Leaves are present in alternate sides. That means lateral sides. And from there, upward also food goes and also downward also it reaches. Downward there is a root and upward there are fruit, bud, stem, branches, everything is there. So food is transported in both the directions, that is upward and downwards. Is this much clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now come to page number 13. We have discussed about xylem and phloem, which are togetherly known as vascular bundles. We have discussed the function of xylem to transport water and minerals from roots to upwards direction, in upwards direction. What about phloem? Phloem transport food from leaves to different parts with the help of, in both the direction. That means upward and downwards. That's clear. Now we will discuss animal tissues. Now by this time we were discussing the plant tissues, the meristematic, permanent, and the complex permanent tissues. Everything were under plant tissues. Now we will discuss animal tissues. Come to page number 13, animal tissues. Just a minute. Is my voice audible? Someone has said, ma'am, your voice is not coming. Is it audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, come to page number 13, animal tissues. Animal tissues. So before that, we will discuss the questions in page number 12. That is, you can see a blue box, exercise for revision. So have a look at it. Tick the correct options. A group of similar cells that perform a specific function is called a dash. Which is the correct
Tissue. Tissue.
Tissue.
Tissue.
Tissues.
tissues is the right answer.
Tissue.
Put a tick mark on A. Now, can you mute yourself?
And unnecessary sound is coming.
Ma'am, your voice is coming very slowly.
Yes, Insia, please mute yourself. Mute your mic.
Ma'am, your voice is not coming.
Yes. Now it's clear. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
ma'am.
If you please mute yourself,
Yes, ma'am.
otherwise you will not hear my voice, right? Mute yourself. Yes. So first answer is tissue. Option A, tissue. Second one, which of the following tissues is or are made up of actively dividing cells? Which tissues are made up of?
Meristematic tissue.
Meristematic tissue.
Meristematic tissue.
Yes.
Meristematic tissue.
Meristematic tissue. That is option A, meristematic tissues are actively dividing cells, right? So meristematic tissue is the answer. Third one, dash tissue is a group of cells that does not have the ability to divide and has permanent shape, size, and function. Which one?
Permanent.
Permanent tissue.
Yes, permanent tissue. Put a tick mark on B, permanent tissue. Fourth one, which of the following is protective tissue?
Epidermis.
Epidermis.
Epidermis of leaves.
That means epidermis of stems and epidermis of leaves, both A and
Leaves.
B. Option D. Option D is the right answer because epidermis of stem and also epidermis of leaves both are protective tissues, right? Epidermis is
Yes.
basically a protective covering made up of cells. So both are protective in nature. That's why option is D, both A and B. Option D, both A and B. The fifth one, xylem and phloem are dash tissues.
All of this.
All of
All of
Yes, vascular
All of
conducting
this.
complex. That means all of these. Option D, all of these. Now match the following. Page number 13. Match the following.
Page number 30.
Match the following.
Yes, ma'am.
Parenchyma, that means tissue and its function. You have to match the tissue with its function. Parenchyma. What is the function
Storage
of
of food.
Storage of food.
Storage of food.
Yes,
Transport of food.
some are saying storage of food. That is the right answer. That is B. Parenchyma's answer is B, storage of food. Then collenchyma.
Support of
Exchange of
flexibility.
gases.
Support
No,
of
Support of
yes,
Support and flexibility.
yes, it's
Support
support
and
and flexibility. It's not storage of gases, it's support and flexibility. Collenchyma is matching with C, support and flexibility.
yes.
Third one, sclerenchyma.
Strength and
Exchange of gases. Exchange of gases.
exchange of
1 minute, I'll say the answer. Sclerenchyma, some were saying strength and rigidity, some were saying exchange of gases. Exchange of gases is not the right answer. Strength and rigidity is the right answer. E, sclerenchyma, E, strength and rigidity. Right? Just turn your page. You can see the sclerenchyma. It's a protective tissue, right? It's a protective tissue, and you may see it has fibers and sclerates, and it gives strength and rigidity to the plant, right?
yes, sir.
Now xylem,
exchange of gas.
Water and dissolve. This is
exchange
of gases.
A, xylem is
transport.
A, transport
A.
of water and dissolved minerals. Xylem is matched with A, transport of water and dissolved minerals. And phloem,
Transport of food.
transport of food. Now this exchange of gases is an extra portion given, right? It is extra, so cut it out.
Okay.
Right? Phloem refers to transport of food. Now fill in the blanks. The dash meristem increases the length of the stem and roots, whereas the dash meristem increases the diameter. So strength and
Apical.
yes,
Apical.
apical meristem
Apical.
increases the length. And which meristem increases the diameter? The lateral one.
Lateral.
Yes.
Lateral.
So you have to write apical in the first blank, and in the second blank, write lateral meristem.
Lateral.
Yes, lateral meristem. Second question, dash is present in the soft parts of a plant.
Parenchyma.
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 Parenchyma, P-A-R-N, parenchyma. Parenchyma is present in the soft parts of a plant. In the paragraph of parenchyma, you will see its location. It's written there. It is present in the soft parts like the pulp of fruit. So parenchyma is the answer. The
Yes,
third
ma'am.
one, dash, yes.
No, ma'am.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Dash is found in the hard parts of a plant, like the covering of seeds and barks of trees.
Sclerenchyma.
Sclerenchyma.
Yes.
Sclerenchyma.
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 You all have to learn the spellings properly, right? You have to learn the spelling along with the pronunciation And in exam, try to write the spelling correctly. Correct spelling
Ma'am,
is
you
used.
don't give you don't give example.
Yes.
Third answer is colon-clyma.
No, third answer is sclerenchyma.
Sclerenchyma.
It's not collenchyma, it's sclerenchyma.
Ma'am, you don't give
Yes.
options.
Options. Which options? Options are here only, right? Third one, you can see dash is found in the hard parts of a plant like the covering of seeds and barks of trees. In front of that, option is there, sclerenchyma or chlorenchyma,
Yes, ma'am. Then
right?
exam.
So you have to take sclerenchyma. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Pick sclerenchyma.
This exercise is right, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, this exercise is right in copy.
No. You need not write this exercise in copy. This is for book purpose only. In copy, you have to write the other exercise, which is in the last page of your chapter. That means the
Okay, ma'am.
short and long answer that you have to write in copy, not this one. This one is for book. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, Lokesh has asked something. What is that? Ma'am, you give example in exam. Yes, so options, I'll give options in exam, right? You will get options. So you have to take one among them. Okay, clear?
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes. So not in all the questions, I'll not give options. In these type of fill in the blanks, I'll give options, right? And also multiple choice also, I'll give options.
Yes.
Yeah. Now come to animal tissues. We have, yes, 5 to 7 minutes are left. We will just discuss briefly about animal tissues. Now come to animal tissues, page number 13. Animal tissues are of 4 types. Now these are divided into 4 types: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. Now from the name epithelial, what is, what you understand? Epithelial. Now you have learned about epidermis, right? What does epidermis do? It protects the plant part. It is a covering of leaf, right? So it is basically providing protection. So epithelial tissue means what? It provides protection, right? Then connective tissue. Connective tissue means, connective means it is connecting. By the name itself, you can you form the function of connective tissue. Connective, connect. That means it is connecting something, right? Now we will get to know what they are connecting in the paragraphs given below. Come to muscular tissue. What muscular means? It is related to muscles, activity of muscles or joining of the muscles, right? Movement of muscles. So muscular tissue is related to movement of muscles. Nervous tissue means nervous, from the name itself, you can make out where it is found. The nervous system, the brain, the veins, right? So it is related with the functioning of brain. Now come to epithelial tissue. We will discuss epithelial tissue today. Now what is written here? It is made up of closely packed cells. The cells may be flat, cuboidal, or columnar. There are no intercellular spaces. Now it is said there are no intercellular spaces. That means they are very closely packed. It is already said in the first stanza, in the first line. These are closely packed, thus they do not have intercellular spaces. Also, their shape is mentioned there. They are flat, cuboidal in nature. Now, where are they found? That means the location of epithelial tissues. Now, you all know epidermis is found on the surface of the leaf. It is a covering. It is a protective covering. So where is the epithelial tissue found? It is also found in the surface of the body. That means the surface and the inner lining of the body. Like all the organs, cells, in the inner lining, these tissues are present, right? Inner lining and in the surface. Why? Because it is providing protection. So it is present in the surface or the inner lining. Now function. what is its function? Main function is protection, right? It is present over the surface. It protects the parts so that some other molecules do not get inside, right? So main function is of protection. Also, it helps in the secretion of mucus and saliva, right? Epithelial tissues, mucus and saliva is also present in our body, right? Saliva is present in our mouth. So these tissues secrete mucus and saliva, right? Also, absorption of digested food. That means epithelial tissues, main function is protection. Second function is secretion of mucus and saliva. Third function is absorption of the digested food. That means we all know epithelial cells are present in the surface and the inner lining of organs. That means, for example, we can take an organ which is stomach. Stomach's inner lining also consists of epithelial tissues. So in stomach, all the digestion is occurring. When the digested food is present there inside the stomach for some time, these the digested food is absorbed by this epithelial tissue, right? Some are absorbed and some are moved to the large intestine and then outside from the anus, right? So basically, protection is the main function. Along with that, secretion and absorption is also done by epithelial tissue, right? Now, is this much clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, now there are types of epithelial tissue that is based on the shape and function. On the basis of shape and function, types are there. So there are 4 types. It will take time. So we will stop the class today. Now we will discuss the later in the next class.
Okay,
Right?
ma'am.
Yeah, today's class is over.
Okay, teacher.
It's the over.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
It's
everyone.
the over.
Thank you, teacher.